Hey guys, Jordan here, and welcome to my first ever Airsoft YouTube commentary sort of video. And I just want to start things off by letting you guys know that if you would rather not listen to my commentary, because it's most likely going to be incomprehensible blabber, because this is the first time I've ever done anything like this before, and it's going to be kind of difficult for me to keep my mind on track and things like that, then be sure to click the annotation or the link in the description, which will take you to the full raw unedited gameplay clip for this game day. And I'm just going to start off by telling you a little thing about the game mode so you can sort of get a context of what's happening before I talk about the other parts that I want to really talk about in this commentary. So the game mode we're playing is a zombies type game mode in which 3 people were selected at the start of the game to be zombies, and the idea is that zombies, they do have guns, and they have to try and go in and kill the survivors, and once you get killed by a zombie you are then on the zombies team and have to go and kill the remaining survivors. So it ends up being like three zombies, one or two survivors left in the building with all the zombies after them. So it is quite an intense game mode, because if you get taken out early on, I mean, you are still in the action and you're a zombie. But yeah, you don't really want to be out that early. So anyway, we started off by pushing down on this lower ground floor here, and the zombies started pushing quite aggressively. They were using grenades and everything. So we decided we were gonna just fall back slightly, go up the stairs here, and defend this upper floor, this first floor up here, because we thought we'd just have a slightly better chance here. There's a bit more of a choke point for the zombies there, make it a bit more difficult for them to get through. And also the weapon I'm using is an AUG, so it's not really the best of CQB weapons. I mean, it's got a 530mm in a barrel, so it's quite a long gun, and so I decided I'd have rather my chances up here where I have a bit more space to manoeuvre rather than down in the maze where things were quite close up. I did have my pistol on me, but it was being a bit temperamental with it being such a cold day. So yes, that's the thing. So the site I'm playing at is MCG The Gaol, and this is based in the Oakham Enterprise Park in Rutland, and it's actually in a former prison. It's in the former Her Majesty's Prison Ashwell. So it is a really interesting site. They have a wide variety of they've got 3 different cell blocks they use, and there's a bit of outdoor space as well, with some roads with cars and things like that. So it's quite a nice varied site. The majority of the games we played in this game day were indoors, so yeah, and I was kind of disappointed actually, because when I first arrived, the first games we played were actually a lot more better, a lot more exciting than this, I personally feel. But unfortunately my GoPro was out of battery, so I had to leave it charging for the first part of the morning, so I missed out on recording those games. But I've got it all ready and done for these other 2 games. I mean, these games weren't too bad, they were quite fun, quite action packed, so I did enjoy them. Now what you can see there is we actually put a strobing torch on the floor facing towards the stairs, which the zombies will be coming from. Now that's actually a really good tactic, because it does actually produce quite a strong effect, and it really makes it difficult for them to actually aim and see properly when you have a strobing light flashing in your eyes. You'll see in a second one of the marshals shines their torch at us because we were shooting the marshal, and you can see the sort of blinding effect it has in these dark corridors. I mean, parts of this jail are absolutely pitch black, and it is really difficult to see. So the flashing lights, and as you can see, I have a weapon light on my gun, which is very bright, very helpful. And if you ever do go play at this site, I would really recommend you brought a torch with you. But anyway, so we were just sort of messing around. The zombies had started pushing us at this point, so you know, we were getting a little bit antsy. They were starting to come up the stairs, and we were getting a few shots coming in along the hallway, which did get a bit scary. And as you can see here, one of the zombies starts pushing up the stairs, and I ended up managing to get him with the last burst there. Nearly hit one of my own teammates, because I was just trying to put down a bit of suppressing fire to stop him popping his head out again, and nearly hit one of my teammates as he crossed. But as you can see, the zombies respawn basically outside, so they do come back quite fast. I'm not entirely sure if that was the same guy or not, but you know, they can respawn outside. So this doorway over to my right, you can see here, is actually basically, as soon as they go outside that door, that's their respawn point. So basically we were just literally holding them back, and at one point they were yelling at us like, "You're wasting your ammo, we do respawn here." But it is quite easy. Another thing I'd like to point out is this guy waved his hand and said he was crossing. The other guy just walked out, and he really didn't wave his hand, so I did shoot him, not realising that he was another dead player crossing, because he didn't wave his hand out in front. I just saw the black thing pop out behind him, thought it was someone hoping to, like, you know, take advantage of the fact that we wouldn't be shooting in that direction as the other person was there. So I pulled a shot off, only one, and I did hit him, which it's just mainly down to him not really waving and letting us know that he was also a dead player. So if you are crossing, remember to do that. It makes it a lot easier, it makes you a lot less likely to get hit. And at this point I realised that I had a slight mag feeding issue with my AUG, and it takes me a quick while. I'm like shooting myself in the foot at this point to like test it to see if it's actually firing. I think I get it back up, but it's still giving me problems with feeding, which is obviously not brilliant. So it does take me a little bit of a while to sort things out, and it was just simply my high cap, the spring had got sort of caught in it, so it just needed a bit of shaking around and having a few BBs fired out of it and like shot out of it and stuff like that, and it just sort of helped really. Now, as you sort of see there, I was using an illuminated scope, and when I first bought this scope I didn't really realise that the illumination would be that helpful, but it actually is, especially in dark environments, because obviously it's a dark crosshair on the scope, so it does make it a lot easier. And as you can see here, I pop out and get a nice quick kill there. I mean, with this hallway, it's like the amount of rounds going down this hallway, you only want to pop out for a few seconds at most, because there was just so many people crammed into this hallway. And that's one of the few complaints I would have about this site, is that, yeah, it's a prison, I know it's designed to be like that, but it is a bit cramped, especially when everyone is using all AEGs, and that grenade there I threw was an absolute fail. It actually landed right next to one of our teammates, and I managed to kick it into the room next door to us. You see saw the sparks there going through the partition, but it did explode in the room next door to us. We weren't actually caught within the kill blast, there was hard cover between us, which my friend confirmed for me. As you can see here, I actually get 2 people in one spray down there. I didn't actually realise until I reviewed the footage, and it was actually 2 people when I reviewed the footage in slow motion. But anyway, that's me dead, so I'm now transferred onto the zombies team. But anyway, as I was saying, as you can see here, it was a bit tight, and I know that's the nature of the site due to it being a prison, but with everyone using full-size AEGs and things like that, with high-cap mags and things like that, it did make it a little bit complicated. So yeah, this is me on the zombies team now, and we are assaulting this way. And but yeah, it does make it a bit difficult. They do pistol and spring, gas and spring are only nights, which is on a Wednesday night, which I think would be a better experience, just due to the fact that you haven't got people with high capacity magazines and things like that. So it does make it a lot better. Now, I can see here one of my teammates dies right in front of me, and another teammate asks where he is. And you should know dead men can't talk, but I saw where he got shot from, threw the grenade in and get 1 kill there. And as I did that, I just saw the bloke cross in front of me like a flash. No one managed to shoot him because no one saw. So I pull out my pistol, and I did actually have to put the mag in because it was quite a cold day. I was having to keep my mags in my pocket to keep them nice and warm. So I quickly put the mag in and then popped out. So I saw where he was, and I'm not sure many of the other teammates did, but anyway, I managed to. I wait for them to throw the grenade into that room, wait for that grenade to go off, because then I know the person in that room is dead, so I'm not going to get shot in the back, and then I'll just pop out, and you can't see it on footage, but I do actually get the guy there. I mean, it was really dark in this central part of the jail, and the torch I had to use for my pistol isn't particularly bright, unlike my weapon light. But anyway, yeah, we're now moving on to a second game, which was an escort the VIP mission, and this was another sort of complaint I do have about the site, and that's it didn't seem to be very clear between the marshals and things like that what the exact game rules were. It seemed like they were sort of made on an ad hoc sort of basis. I mean, this was a protect the VIP mission, and we were told that we had to basically just follow by the marshal we were following, because that was our VIP. We were told we just had to completely like follow them, and then we get word from the other team that in actual fact, because we were using radios, we were in contact with the other team, we were actually allowed to split off and try and capture the other VIP and defend from other angles. But of course, due to the fact the other team knew this for quite a while before us, they had managed to get much more aggressive positions on us on this outside approach here. So it did make it kind of difficult for us, and I didn't last too long out here. But it was still quite a fun game, but it was quite a quick one just due to the fact that the team managed to get very aggressive positions at the start here. And this kill you see coming up here, I was like super impressed with. I mean, as you can see, it's quite a windy day, and I was just pelting BBs down there, and actually managed to hit one guy who was down there, which I was really impressed with, especially at that range. It's around about 50+ meters down there. I did measure it on Google Maps, and it's like something like 56-57 meters. So I was quite impressed with that actually. That sort of just hitting at that range, especially in that wind. And as you can see, I sort of push down to this cover here, and I get one more guy. Not that guy there, For some reason, I don't know if they just didn't manage to hit him. But I spray over there, managed to get the medic who was healing that dude there, because we were playing a 10-second medic rule. So you hit once, get medic, hit again, and that's it. You're out for the rest of the game. But yeah, it was just a general bit of confusion between the marshals as to what the exact specifics were with the game rules and things like that. Which, if they were sorted out before, would have been better, especially being as the briefing for this game was about 17 minutes. And the game itself, with the area we were playing, was probably only about 7 or 8 minutes, so we actually had over twice as long briefing as we did gameplay, which you would have thought they'd managed to get all the rules sorted out in that briefing beforehand. But yeah, that's pretty much my only complaints with the site, really. I mean, it was a really fun game day, and I'd especially recommend going to the Pistols and Springer Nights. It costs about £35, I believe, for you to go down for a game day on a Sunday, and it is good fun. You do get a lunch included as well, which was quite, in my case, it was quite a generous portion actually of chili nachos, and it was very tasty. So yeah, I would recommend this site. It's not my personal favourite site, so I'm more of a woodland player myself. I prefer to play outdoor games and stuff like that, hence the AUG, quite a long gun. Not brilliant for CQB, but I did thoroughly enjoy myself during the game day. But anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, rate, comment, all that awesome stuff. And as you can see, as I go to pull out this grenade to get the guy I was shooting at earlier, he actually manages to sneak round and shoot me. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and goodbye.